Morning, folks. How we doing today on this fine Tuesday? Well, today I figured we would do something like a small, easy landscape piece. We'll have a sun, we'll have a tree, we'll have some pretty pink leaves, and yeah, easy, 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 easy. So the brushes that I have pulled out, not sure if I'm going to use them or not, but I have my big brush to cover my canvas. I have my angle brush. I have a 1/2 inch bright. And then I have my round brush for the branches of the tree that, yeah, we are going to need. I'm going to just drop those in my water, and then I'm going to show you the easy peasy palette that we have. Technically, we only have 2 colors. 2 colors, you say? 2 colors? We have titanium white, we have Mars black, phalo blue, and magenta. That's it. That is it. Easy peasy palette. And you say, we're going to make a landscape out of this? Absolutely we are. Absolutely. Okay, so I need to have a coffee. Peep, peep. I got a new Cricut machine. So I'm hoping to do a whole bunch of stuff with my Cricut machine. You know, I've already got a shirt made for when we go to the boat. It says second mate with an anchor. I got one that says Alice across it. I'm such a fool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take our 1 inch or 1/2 inch brush. We're going to go into, what is that? Who could be messaging me? Nobody could be messaging me. It's just an email, and the security camera's outside. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take some white, just some white, and we're going to go right up here, right here, and we're just going to make like a circle, like a little sun. Can't really see it because it's on a white canvas, but it will once we get the blue in there for the sky. Okay? So now what we're going to do is easy. We're just going to go into the blue. We've already got white on our brush, but we're gonna tame this down to a really light blue. Tame it down to a light blue. And then we're going to go outside and around our sun. Just like that. Just like that. Easy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull a little bit more blue into that mixture. Make it a bit darker. Make it a bit darker. And then that one might be too dark. And then we're just going to blend that in to the light blue. You don't want to overblend the light blue. You don't want to overblend it. But you want the two to go together, right? So there we go. Got that nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep going in that circular motion. Yeah. Keep going, and we can transform back and forth between light and blues, like light blue, dark blue, light blue, dark blue, just to give it a little bit of contrast. Yeah. And we're just going to keep going and fill in our whole canvas. Our whole canvas like that, with just the blue. Adding the white. Creating this little effect here. Creating this little effect. I just want to, while I have it in my head, give a shout out to my wonderful niece who started to watch my tutorials. Makes me so happy. I love you, sweetheart. All right. She's 15. She's 15. She just turned 15. Can you believe that? I can't. So with this part here, I'm just going to go right into the blue and make it a nice dark over here in this side. Just into the dark blue, just straight blue. I'm going to make that side all dark. There we go. Blending it into the other blues in that circular motion. There we go. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Now what we're going to do is we're going to give our brush a rinse, and we're going to go back into our white, and we're just going to give that brush a really good rinse because we're going back into white. Just going to take some white on my brush here, and I'm just going to go back into the white. Just go back into the white and blend that sun. Make it a nice big blended sun. Blending it as we go, just like that. Just like that. Blending that nice sun out. Perfect. Love that. Love that. Love that. All right. You know what? Now what we can do is we don't even have to dry it. We can put in our landscape because it's black. So we'll just go into just the black, easy peasy. And what we're going to do is we are just going to create a landscape. Just create a landscape. And then just paint that in with black. Just black. Paint that in. Painting that in, and it's okay if it mixes with the blue. There we go. It's coming together pretty quickly. Yeah. And remember, at any time if I'm going too quickly for anybody, you can pause it. Pause it. Catch up. So now what we have to do is we have to dry our painting. And I'm going to get out my handy dandy hair dryer for that. Because it takes a lot of time. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for it to dry on its own. So we get our hair dryer. Handy dandy hair dryer. Mine is a Vidal Sassoon. Vidal Sassoon Cool Touch 1600 with trigger. Pow, 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 pow. So what you want to do with your hair dryer is use it on the lowest heat setting so it doesn't damage your paint or canvas. Okay, if you have it too hot, it can also cause a color change. It can make your color darker or lighter, and it can do some damage to the paint. So what you do is you want to dry it on the lowest heat setting, and because you don't want to hear my hair dryer, I'm going to pause you. There we go. See how easy that was? Poof, it's dry. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put in our tree. Our tree. Now there's two ways you can do it. You can do it with chalk. I have blue chalk here to go with my blue sky. or you can just freehand it in, or use watercolor pencil, or use whatever you want to do to create your tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my tree in first so I know where I want my tree and I want my branches. Okay? So we're just going to take a line right about here, and that's our tree. Okay? So we'll just create a tree, and there we go. We have our tree drew in now. And now what we're going to do is, now this is where if you want, you could change it to your round brush, because I'm going to use my round brush to do my branches and stuff. So if you want to use your round brush at this time, or you can use the side of your, if you don't have a round brush, like if you don't have a round brush, you can use your angle brush. Just use the very tip of the bristles. If not, just use your square brush or whatever brush you have. Okay, so we're going to use the black. Go into the black. I'm going to water that down a bit. It's pretty thick. I don't know why it's so thick. And then we're just going to draw in our tree. Just like that. Draw it in. And these are just the branches. These are just branches. Pretty big tree. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the twigs. So, just like that. Just the tip of the brush. We're going to start to draw in the twigs. There we go. And we just want to make sure it's all like even and stuff. We don't want our tree to there we go. Got our tree in. Easy stuff. Easy, easy stuff. Okay, now what you're going to do is you don't even really need to rinse your brush, because we're going to go into and we're going to make a little gray, like a dark gray, and we're just going to go down the side of the tree and highlight it. because the light is coming from this direction. So you just want to do a few, just highlight a few of the branches with the gray. Okay, just highlighting a few of them just to show. And you know what, like you can even pull that down into the, there we go. Just throwing in some highlights and stuff here and there. Tree. Now we're going to give our brush a rinse. And what we're going to do is we are going to come into our magenta. And we're going to add just a smidge of white to it to give it a touch of pigment so we can see it. Now what we're going to do with the tip of our round brush, and again, if you don't have a round brush, you can use Q-tip. Dip your Q-tip in your paint and then dab. That's all we're really doing. That's all we are really doing, is we're just dabbing, just like this, all over our tree. Yeah. Just creating little dabs all over the tree. That's it. With just the magenta, a smidge of pink, or a smidge of white, and we're just dabbing all over the tree. Just giving it some leaves. And they're pink. Now you don't have to use the same colors I'm using. You can use yellows, greens. You could even use a different background color if you wanted to. You don't have to have your landscape black. You could have it brown. You could have it green. You could have it whatever color you want to have it. And we're just, you know what, we'll put a couple down here on the ground, just to show that, oh, some leaves have fallen. Yeah. Add some more. Just keep adding, layering, building your leaves. Okay, we want that dark color out there first, because we're going to come back in. And now we're going to add a smidge more white. Smidge more white to create a different shade. There we go. See, these guys stand out a bit better. See that? Yep. Stand out a bit better. And we're just painting in our tree. Just dabbing the leaves. How easy can that be? Just dabbing in wherever you want to put your little leaves. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab. And it's however full you want to have your tree too, right? Like you could have a thin tree or you could have a full tree. I think our tree will be in between. Okay. Oh, we got to add a little few down here on the ground. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to come into our white. I don't have any more, so I got to get some. Come into our white. I've upgraded to the 17-ounce bottles of white because I go through a lot of white. And they're normally $19.99 at Michael's, but I got it when it was 30% off. So you just need a little bit because we're almost done. So smidge, just a smidge of the white. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create an even lighter pink. Okay, we're going to create an even lighter pink. And go in and just add more leaves. Again, just building our layers. Just building our layers. There we go. build, 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 build. There we go. Put a few more down here on the ground, and now what we're gonna do is go right into the white. Right into your white. There we go. Final layer. Final layer, and we're just adding in those final leaves. There we go. Easy peasy tree painting. Easy peasy. My goodness, can't get any easier than this, can it? Can't get any easier than this. What do you think? What do you think? Anything else that we should add or do anything? Don't think so. Don't think so. I think it's done. I think it's done. So here we have it, folks. Easy peasy tree painting tutorial. Took 20 minutes. 20 minutes to paint this pretty tree. And remember, if I get ahead of you, you can always pause me. So, we're at the end of the tutorial. What I would like to say is like, hit like. It only takes a little click to hit like. Okay? Share. Share this video so everybody can enjoy my painting tutorials. Subscribe. Subscribe so you have all the new up and coming videos and tutorials or whatever I decide to put on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I think that covers it. Okay, folks. So until next time, happy painting.